Hi, this is Andy from GPS Training. In this short video, we're going to take a look at the brand new Garmin GPSMap66s unit that we've just got our hands on. What we're going to look at in this initial video is just compare the unit sizing wise to the older 62s, 64s unit and just have a look at the styling of the unit and a few of the new features that have been added. So laid out on the table here, I've got the brand new 66s. And alongside it, I've got a 62S, which is basically the same casing as the 64S as well, that the 66S is now replacing. The first obvious thing is the screen size and the sizing of the unit. It is a little bit larger. So the screen on this new unit is 3 inch across the diagonal compared to the 2.6 inch of the older unit. Sizing wise, you'll see side by side, it's only a little bit wider and taller. So actually if I put the two, just turn them around, have a look at the backs of the units, and we'll just have a look at the side view. So it's virtually the same width, and it's only minimal on the actual height difference between them. Actually, when you look at the aerial sticking out of the top, and width wise, only a little bit wider on the new 66S. The important thing is the weight, it's hardly changed. The 62 and 64 with the two AA batteries in was 227 grams. The 66S is coming in at 230 grams, so not a lot of extra difference in weight. And when we turn on the unit, we'll have a look at the map screen with US maps. It's actually got a higher number of pixels on the 66S. It's went from 160 times 240 to 240 times 400 pixels. And I'm just going to turn the units on the back again, just to look at compatibility with existing accessories. So those you're upgrading from an older unit, you'll be pleased to see it's got the same spine attachment on the back that we have on all the other current models of Garmin. So if you are using something like the backpack tether we've got here, that will slide on the back, or the bike mounts, etc. So all the existing accessories will work with the unit. I'm just going to take the back off the unit. Another question we've been asked is about using your existing map cards. So I'll just take out the Garmin set of batteries we've got in here. I'll just get my finger in there, get the batteries out. We've actually got a micro SD card slot, which is in the same position as the one on the 64S. So your existing map cards will work in the back of the unit if you've got a map card with your 62S, 64S, etc. So I'm just going to lock the back on and we'll get the unit turned on. And then we can see the screen. I've been using the screen out in bright sunlight, and it's really good in the bright sunlight, which is really nice to see. We have various different backlight options as well. Now what you'll see when the unit comes on, one of the nice new features that we like is it'll now pick up, as well as the GPS, the American satellite system, and the Russian system GLONASS. We've also got an option to set the unit as Galileo, and what we're finding is that is improving the speed of the signal, and we're future-proofing for accuracy as more of the European satellites go up into space. Now I'm in a building here and I'm not very close to a window. I've only just turned the unit on, as you've seen, and I can tell straight away on this nice bright map page that we've got on display, the blue position indicator, which is where I am, if I didn't have a satellite signal, that would have a question mark flashing in it. So it's nice to see how quick it locks onto satellites, and this is using the new Galileo system. So I'm actually just going to go, I've set up one of the shortcuts. I'm just going to use the page button, and I've set a shortcut up to go to the satellite page. And what we can see here on the satellite page, it's locking onto satellites even though I'm inside the building. At the minute the accuracy is 23 meters and coming down. What I did have earlier when it had been on for 5 or 10 minutes in the building, I actually had it down to 3 meters accuracy, which is brilliant when you're inside a building. You wouldn't expect that. I've got a window a little distance away, so that's using the new Galileo satellite system. Now the way Garmin units work for tracking your recordings, when you want to track your track, what we call the activity recording, they're normally recording a track point every sort of second or two as you walk. There's a nice new feature in the unit called expedition mode, which we've had a little play about with, and the way expedition mode works is you can have the unit that prompt you. If it's seeing inactivity with the unit, it'll give you a prompt. Do you want to go into expedition mode? Or you can have it automatically go into expedition mode. So if you're doing these long treks where you still want to record where you're walking for safety, so you can do an emergency track back, but you're not too worried about it recording every second, expedition mode will record your satellite signal every minute. So you're not going to get as accurate a recording, but it's going to be absolutely fine to see where you've been and do a track back. That can potentially, depending on environmental conditions and obviously the type of battery you're using, extend that battery into days and days. You know, potentially we've seen figures have quoted up to 5 days. We'll test this more when we start using the units ourselves. Basically, the expedition mode is going to let you extend the unit past the normal what we expect a day's walking by recording the signal every minute, and it'll also take the screen off as well while it's doing that. And while I've been talking there, you can actually see on the screen now I've actually got an accuracy in the top right of the screen. If you can see, that is 3 meters, which is brilliant considering I'm inside a building and I haven't got a clear line of sight with the satellites. Now, the other feature that we've been testing with the unit, which is nice to see, this is the first Garmin handheld unit that we can pair with the InReach Mini emergency communicator. So we sell something called the Garmin InReach, which is a device that allows you, in emergency, you can send an SOS message to summon someone like mountain rescue using the military Iridium satellite system. They'll know exactly where you are and they can come and find you, and you get messages back telling you how far away they are. You can use it just to communicate with friends and family as quick text messages or type in proper text messages. Again, not using a mobile network, using the actual Iridium military satellite system. So you can use it for that, and as well as friends and family tracking live where you are. What's nice with the 66S, it'll pair with the InReach, so you could have the InReach, say, on your backpack, on the backpack tether out of the way, but you're using your 66S for navigation as you walk. And I'm just going to go into the bottom menu on the unit. I've already got it paired with the InReach, and what you have the option to do from the from the 66S, rather than grabbing your InReach that you might have out of the way, you can go into the InReach and you can actually see any messages that have come through. You can start the tracking on the InReach. You can actually create a message and go into the contacts via the InReach. It's paired with the InReach using the Bluetooth ANT sensor, and send messages via the InReach, but doing it from the actions actually done from the 66S screen. If you were in emergency, you can actually do the SOS button activation from your 66, and it's sending that signal to the InReach Mini. So it's nice. And if anyone does send you a message, because you can receive messages on the InReach as well, you will see the messages come on the screen of the 66S. So I'm really liking that as well. So it's just giving you a little insight to our first look at the unit, and really just looking at the sizing with it laid out alongside the casing of the 62, which is the same as the 64. And you can see this nice bright screen here with the higher pixels, and we hope you like the look of the new 66S. Please remember, if you haven't done so already, on our VIP page, on our news page, you can click on the 66S launch, and there's a bit there you can sign up for VIP information, and we'll keep you informed with the launch of the unit and any new videos that we create. And thanks for watching.